There are a lot of ways to use t-shirts to make them into decorative or useful items just by crafting using some simple things you have at home. What I'm going to show you now is how to create a no-sew pillow from a favorite t-shirt. These are the items you're going to need to do this craft: a t-shirt, a pillow form, a tape measure, and sharp scissors that will cut through fabric. So the first thing you need to do is lay your t-shirt flat on the table, and then you're going to cut up the side seams and take off the sleeve and then cut through the shoulder seam so that you have two separate pieces. Next, you're going to want to cut off the neckband on both sides. You can see I wanted a straight line, so I used a ruler and marked. So once again, with your t-shirt, both pieces flat on the table, measure the distance from the sleeve to the sleeve. I'm using an 18-inch pillow, and it says to leave 1.5 inches on either side for the ties. So that's what I did. So I have a 21 inches, and mine measured that from sleeve to sleeve. And then once again, I marked it so that you could see where I'm going to cut. Once I cut my squares, I still have them laying together, and I put the pillow on top of my t-shirt. And then you can see I measured right here, and it's 2 inches from corner to corner. So I'm actually going to cut out that square, that 2x2 corner next. So you can see I cut that 2x2 square out of all 4 of my corners. I took the pillow off, and now I'm about to cut the strips. So you're going to go through both fabrics and just cut 2 inches all the way down. There's no real science to this. You can do it as much as you want so that they're very tight, or you can make them fatter like this if you prefer. It really doesn't matter. This is definitely a DIY project, so however you choose to do it is perfectly fine. This is a helpful method to use to make sure that your strips are cut the right length. You don't want to go past the 2 inches, so I put a ruler there. You can see here I didn't cut these quite far enough, so then you can just kind of go like this. The other thing is, if you really are very particular and you want to make sure they're the exact same width apart, if you use a ruler, it will do that also. So you can see I'm cutting these about 1 inch apart. All right. You do this all the way around all 4 sides of the shirt. So once all the sides are cut, it looks like there's just a lot of fringe there. Then you start tying them together in knots. So you take the top, the front, and the back, or the top and the bottom, and you just tie it in a knot and pull it tight. And it just makes a little knot like that. You can see I have one side done right here. So it looks just like this. So now that I have 3 sides done, and by the way, they should be double knotted. Now that I have 3 sides done, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to insert my pillow form into my pillow cover. And tuck everything right in up there and slide it down like this. And it'll look like this. So you can see how it all looks there. And then I'm going to go ahead and continue to tie these together next. So there you go. This is how it all turned out. It's all kind of, the t-shirt is kind of tied around the pillow form. So this was a extra large t-shirt around an 18-inch form. If you want to use a smaller pillow, you might get longer fringe that way. You can certainly cut it that way. If you want the longer fringe, you just need to cut a bigger square or use a smaller pillow. If you have a smaller t-shirt, you definitely will need a smaller pillow. I would really recommend that you kind of measure out the logo area that you want to use before you decide what pillow you're going to use. But there you go. One more way to use a t-shirt as a wonderful decoration. Enjoy!